Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Theme Park Wizard. Big theme park news today, of course. Um, Big theme park news with Six Flags and Cedar Fair. And I'm going to go ahead and give you my thoughts. Let's wait for a few people to join. Wait a couple minutes. And yeah, then we'll be good to go there. Yeah, so while we're waiting, let me know what you guys think of this. Hello. Oh, you're all here. Okay, good. Let me just send out a tweet. Boop. Boop. Alright, so, alright, everybody. Whew, I am tired. Not gonna be too long because I got some shows to watch at 5 o'clock. So, let's see, we got Hola. I don't really know, but yes, they do own California's Great American, Santa Clara. That park is closing though. When is California's Great America supposed to close? Let me see. California's Great America closure. Let's see. Okay, yes. 2022, 11 years. That's 2033. So under that the agreement with the real estate developer that bought the land, the park must close no later than 11 years from now. So now is 2022. So about 2033. By 2033, California's Great America must shut down. It can shut down next year or it can shut down in 2023. But it's getting a new ride or a new flat ride. So I don't think it'll be shutting down too soon. But yeah, you have about 10 years left for that park. A Cedar Fair owned park. I wonder if they'll try to shut it down sooner now after the merger, maybe because they might have to or they might decide to shut down sooner if they have to close parks or something. So especially because that one's already on the chopping block, right? That would be a park that would be an easy one to shut down. It's already scheduled to be. So this morning, or yesterday, rumors popped up that okay, so Cedar Fair owns California's Great America and then Knott's Berry Farm and Knott's Silk City. Those are the only 3 in California they own. But yeah, so yesterday rumors popped up that again Six Flags and Cedar Fair and Six Flags were merging. In 2019, Six Flags just flat out asked the Cedar Fair if they would buy them up, and in that time, in 2019, Cedar Fair said no, thank you. But this time, Six Flags didn't publicly ask. These came from insiders. The Cedar Fair earnings call was this morning, so usually during the earnings call, the earnings results or whatever, they kind of get leaked a day beforehand, to see what they're going to beat estimates or stuff. The whole report gets leaked about a day early because it has to be done and presented by the morning. It was this morning at Eastern time. So yesterday, some rumors were swirling that there's a potential merger on the table. They said it it wasn't a done deal yet, and it could be announced as soon as this week if it is. Apparently, they're still talking all the way up until just earlier this week, which is crazy. And I guess everything went through, and then the earnings call was a great time to present that. So then, this morning during the earnings call, they decided to announce that Six Flags and Cedar Fair will be merging. Cedar Fair will still be be like the controlling stake because they still have 52%. They own 52% of this new company. Six Flags owns 48%. That's the number, 48%. And we know that by the shareholders. If you're a Cedar Fair shareholder, you own more of the company than the Six Flags. You got more stock than the Six Flags people. We have the Cedar Fair Parks is interesting. So their valuations, Cedar Fair is a $1.8 billion valuation and has 11 parks. And the other Six Flags is like 36, is 42 minus 11, 31 parks are for Six Flags. And they have $1.7 billion valuation. So you can see who has definitely the higher attendance numbers, right? Because Cedar Fair, 11 parks, has worth more than Six Flags with double, and they have triple the amount of parks, basically. So a lot of more people attending Cedar Fair parks, which is here in Knott's Berry Farm, than all of Six Flags parks. And they are a little bit more of higher quality. Like, again, Knott's Berry Farm is much higher quality and theming and stuff. Still some awesome coasters, though, but they have higher quality theming than, let's say, Six Flags Magic Mountain. And you can do that. I mean, Six Flags Magic Mountain's 200-something acres, 230 acres or so. Knott's Berry Farm is 45 acres, which is actually the same as Universal Studios Hollywood. And they have Knott's has a 4 million, had 4 million people last year in attendance, and Six Flags had, Six Flags had about 3 million. So it's so much smaller, but Knott's had still more people than Six Flags, even though Six Flags has a much higher capacity, can hold more because it's just so much bigger. Yet, because Knott's is a bit of higher quality. Also, Knott's is special because it was America's very first theme park. That's right. It was the whole country's very first theme park. So it's a little bit more special, but it's kind of like that the rest of the Six Flags Cedar Fair parks, as you see from the evaluation. So, because of that, Cedar Fair just kind of has a controlling stake in this new company. And that's why the Six Flags current headquarters in Texas will be closing and moving over to Charlotte, North Carolina, where the current Cedar Fair headquarters is. And they will be headquartered over there. Last heard Six Flags Park Association. Didn't hear that one. I heard a lot of Six Flags parks presidents have been fired or been departing. The parks themselves, I haven't heard of a single Six Flags park closing before this, and I still haven't heard of one closing even now. So that, again, the only way a Six Flags park will be sold off or closed will be if the FTC when they're regulating and going over this deal, saying, hey, you guys have to solve some parks or shut them down. By the way, also the name of the company is Six Flags now. That's at least temporarily. The name of this company is Six Flags, but it's run by Cedar Fair type of thing. Six Flags is more brand name recognition than Cedar Fair, right? You don't like Knott's Berry Farm. Most people don't know that's a Cedar Fair park. It's not called Cedar Fair Knott's Berry Farm, but Six Flags Magic Mountain, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, Six Flags over Texas. Six Flags is in the park name for all their parks, so it has more name recognition. So that's why they're going to keep that. No, Cedar Fair parks will not be renamed Six Flags. So you will not be seeing Six Flags Knott's Berry Farm, but they're just not going to get rid of the Six Flags name at the existing parks. And they're going to just kind of use that as their company moniker, Six Flags. It's in the corporate world, it's more popular, more well-known, but it'll have, the hope is of Cedar Fair type operations and maintenance. So Cedar Fair parks are known for, again, for being a little bit more higher quality and better themed and just cleaner. So I'm hoping for Six Flags Magic Mountain, they'll get the Knott's Berry Farm treatment, and they'll get cleaner. We'll add more shade. Knott's actually, except for the Boardwalk area, Knott's has a pretty decent amount of shade, more shade than almost any other theme park in Southern California, which is pretty great. Ghost Town, the buildings of Ghost Town provide a lot of shade, and Camp Snoopy has a lot of trees. I mean, and it's right. It's really, again, it's 45 acres, so it's only on as big as a city super block. It really is. If you look on a map, on the Apple Maps or Google Maps, go type in Knott's Berry Farm, just a big super block in Buena Park. Like, you can just drive down the street and you're past it. But in some parts of Knott's, you just don't even realize it because they have the train, and then, like, again, the Ghost Town and Camp Snoopy in particular, you just don't even realize that right behind those fences is a street. Well, in Ghost Town's case, there's a backstage because the Knott's Scary Farm stuff is there, and then they have the marketplace, which is like their downtown Disney type of ordeal there. But for Camp Snoopy, right on the other side is maybe the what do you call it? The stagecoach, and then the street. But there's so many trees and a nice berm, and they create a nice berm with those trees, you just don't even know, which is super, super cool. The only time you notice there's a street or something is when you get on Supreme Screamer, one of the roller coasters, then you can just see it because they're tall. But when you're on the ground floor, it's pretty awesome. So hopefully some of that treatment can come to Magic Mountain, because, boy, you can certainly tell that there's a parking lot behind Twisted Colossus, even though, you know, it's a much bigger spot. Magic, you can certainly tell. I guess it's not too fair. It's not too fair to say you can tell there's a housing development there because it's on the top of the mountain. But still, Six Flags to do with a lot more theming, and it doesn't have to be intense theming, but a lot more trees. All right, the trees act as berms to block out views from the parking lot. Right. Imagine if Scream was a parking lot coaster. Right. Imagine if they just kind of landscaped Scream and put trees there and make the coaster more exciting, also more beautiful, and just make it up the property value of the entire park. So hopefully they can do that. Let's see. Life with Pro, I have no idea where you're hearing these rumors, but you can look it up right now. The California's Great America is sold to a Bay Area real estate developer. So likely be turned into housing or industrial or some type of other land use. Certainly not a theme park. Disneyland would not build another Disneyland in the same state where Disney is, right? If there would be any other Disney park in this country, it would be in the middle of the country, either in Texas or one of those middle states, because, right, if you're halfway between Disney World and Disneyland, you can just fly in either one. They want to catch those people, the people that are halfway in between the parks, so they can just drive down or fly down to Disneyland, Texas or something. Probably be Texas, so, if they were to do it. They would not build a whole Disney resort complex right here in Anaheim, because they would just cannibalize Anaheim business, especially with Disneyland Forward and a potential third theme park here, if not definitely expansions of existing ones. It would be absolutely silly to build a Disneyland and just a few hours away in Northern California, especially when a lot of the annual pass holder base, obviously, they're here in Southern California, but a good chunk of them are in Northern California, and a good chunk are come from Nevada and Arizona as well. So if your annual pass holder base is coming from different states and all the way up from San Francisco, you don't want to cannibalize that by building another Disney park in San Francisco. You want to go out towards the middle of the country where the tourists are, and try to create another annual pass holder base right there. So yeah, I don't know where you're hearing these rumors, but they're not really viable. All right, let's get back to it. So, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I was saying how it's me one company, Six Flags, and how I was hoping Magic Mountain with the treatment. Now, this shouldn't affect development plans plans in development for Magic Mountain, like the solar panel parking lot is going through. Any rumored coaster would be going through. I'll be looking for that, by the way. And Camp Snoopy plans will be going through, hopefully, and and potential ghost town plans for Knox should be going through. But we'll be watching to see again if they decide to sell off some parks. Could it be? Could they go the California's Great American route and sell them off to developers? Maybe. California in particular needs a lot more housing, but they also could sell them to other parks, right? For example, SeaWorld. SeaWorld Entertainment owns Busch Gardens and, of course, the SeaWorld parks. There's 3 SeaWorld parks: Orlando, and San Antonio, and California, San Diego. See, again, right in the on the coast and in the middle, and they picked Texas because everything's big in Texas, and it's the most popular state in the middle of the country, and one of the most popular states in the entire country. So yeah, that's why, again, if Disney were to do any type of new resort, they would either towards New York or they do it towards. But again, a lot of people in that New York area go to Disney World, so I don't know if that definitely Texas would be my guess. But Busch Gardens could use an expansion westward, right? So let's say Six Flags Magic Mountain is for sale, or it does go for sale. SeaWorld can maybe, instead of, I know in 2006, real estate developer was going to potentially buy and turn it into homes. And it's funny because at that point, Cedar Fair offered to buy the land and bail them out to keep it as a theme park and keep it as a Cedar Fair park. Funny enough, but of course, Six Flags figured their stuff out, and there's still Magic Mountain. But so SeaWorld potentially could buy Six Flags. That'll be a kind of a full circle moment, because before Six Flags bought Magic Mountain was developed by SeaWorld and partners, like a financial company, financial broker company, and it was just called Magic Mountain, and had a whole bunch of family rides, and had a couple of coasters, but mostly like a big family park, same size as it is now. So if SeaWorld bought it back, that would be kind of like a full circle moment that would be pretty cool. And again, they wouldn't be called SeaWorld. It wouldn't be called SeaWorld Magic Mountain. It would be probably called Busch Gardens Los Angeles or something like that. To go with the Busch Gardens brand, and maybe because Busch Gardens parks, does the SeaWorld park, they have animals again instead of SeaWorld. SeaWorld has sea animals. Busch Gardens parks have land animals, so maybe some sections will incorporate some empty. There's plenty of empty areas that can't be suitable for a ride or anything at Magic Mountain. So, and plus of Samurai Summit, a lot of the empty buildings, maybe they can repurpose those as animal exhibits. If SeaWorld were buy it and became Busch Gardens Los Angeles or something. Maybe like an Asian animal exhibit, maybe some pandas. Who knows? You go up by Ninja, So that'd be kind of interesting. It'd be like we'd have a zoological park. What's Busch Gardens? Busch Gardens is Busch Gardens is it's owned by SeaWorld, and it's basically SeaWorld on land. So they have same thing SeaWorld has, a lot of roller coasters, and a lot of animal exhibits, but just mainly land animals. They think they have some dolphins potentially, and may have some sea animals here and there, but it's mainly on land. For example, Busch Gardens Tampa has Cheetah Run as one of their best roller coasters. There, it's a family launch coaster with the cool, that iconic figure 8, that flat figure 8 formation there. And next to the Cheetah Run is a cheetah exhibit. The cheetah exhibit was first, and then cheetah only came later, but they have a cheetah. It's like a zoo. A zoo with roller coasters. So again, that could be really cool. It could also be really cool for Universal to buy Six Flags Magic Mountain if it were to go to for sale. If Universal bought Six Flags Magic Mountain, leveled the whole thing, or level everything besides a few coasters, and just retheme those coasters, they could build like an Islands of Adventure style park, but here out west. It'll be very far. Not very far, but it'll be much farther than obviously Hollywood. There's a 40-mile distance there, but it could be pretty interesting. But again, nothing's for sale, right? Six Flags Magic Mountain's not for sale as of yet. Right now, everything's totally normal. The merger was just announced. It won't even be fully approved until early 2024. So let's, nothing can happen until then. Salim Basul, by the way, the current CEO and president of Six Flags, would be on the board. The board will expand from 6 to 12 members, half from Cedar Fair, half from Six Flags. And Salim Basul, that not smart man, who would be the executive president, executive chairman or something of the board, or one of them. So hopefully he doesn't. I should take away his power, so hopefully someone can overrule. That's probably why he sold them. Because he's probably like, oh my gosh, I need people who know how to run a theme park, so maybe they can help me out. So I'm hoping Salim Basul will listen to the Cedar Fair people who have been running theme parks and do it quite nicely to listen to them. And maybe he'll listen to him. And yes, Life with Busch Gardens is in Tampa, and then they have Williamsburg in Virginia, and there's a few other locations as well. Lastly, yeah, and actually with 200 acres, by the way, and that's, by the way, I think just the theme park. I think with the parking lot, it's more than 200 acres, or maybe 300. Universal can definitely, they can make a whole resort, really. I mean, they have that whole plot of land. They can make a whole resort there, and they can put hotels, city walk style entertainment district, as well as the new theme park. So that could be really cool if they went over ahead and did that, and they can have room for. There won't be all. There's a new residential development that got built to the north of them, but still they can. But hopefully, I mean, Six Flags has fireworks shows, so they'd probably be able to do more higher fireworks shows and do more shows and operate like a more destination theme park, or a more actual theme park than they have within Hollywood's limitations. So that'd be pretty interesting if I went there. But yeah, pretty interesting situation. The biggest thing that has happened in the theme park industry in quite a while, well, since Epic Universe. And that's pretty awesome. It's good. A lot of people have been pretty negative online. I think it'll be good for Six Flags. A lot of people worried about Knott's. I don't think they won't let anything happen to Knott's Berry Farm. But I think I'm going in optimistic. I think this would be pretty interesting. Yes, decreases competition. That's part's bad. But I'm more excited for, I guess, the park maintenance of Six Flags Magic Mountain to go up. The maintenance and beautification. It's something Salim Basul's been trying to do, but it's been unsuccessful. I think Cedar Fair owning Magic Mountain will be, if they keep it, will be a much better ordeal, and much better for the future of the park. And Knott's Berry Farm, that is the top performing park. Okay, it's funny. Cedar Fair's top performing park is Knott's Berry Farm. Six Flags' top performing park is Magic Mountain. With both their top performing parks right here in the LA metro area, or the Southern California region, nothing bad's gonna happen. Like, they're not gonna stop investing in Knott's Berry Farm. It's their top performing park. In fact, Knott's Berry Farm actually is their top performing park of the whole chain now, because again, Knott's has a higher attendance rate, higher attendance total than Magic Mountain. So Knott's is their top performing park. They're not going to not invest in Knott's. No, it's funny. And with Six Flags number 2, they're not going to not invest there either. Cedar Point may be beating Six Flags, but point is, anyone who's worried they're just not going to ruin Knott's, that's what I saw on Twitter a lot today. Knott's is ruined. I don't think so at all. I do not think so at all. They won't let I don't think the Cedar Fair panel will let the Six Flags panel ruin Knott's. And again, like I said, I really think they did this one because Six Flags needs money too, because I think Salim Basul, somewhere deep down, admits that he needs help running a theme, but since he's never done it before, he said that. I think he will go ahead. I think he is admitting, just like he's admitting that he needs help. So, since he needs help, I think he will let Six Flags Magic Mountain and the rest of the Six Flags parks that need it be improved. Alright guys, I must go. It was a little bit of a quick live stream, but I must go. I'll try to be live at the parks on Saturday at Universal. But yeah, I'm just gonna have a whole bunch of stuff to do, TV to watch, and another Theme Park Universe episode to record at 7 p.m. today. So make sure to check that out. The one from a few days ago is up. This one new one recording today is at coming up on November 15th. We're talking about this and Disney buying Hulu, the rest of Hulu. I'm not thinking I'm for Universal. Oh, lastly, hopefully Disney Universal can snag the DC theme park rights. But now with this new deal, it's unlikely, but you know, hopefully Universal can snag those DC theme park rights from Six Flags to get a proper DC Universe land. It'll be super easy for Magic Mountain to retheme their coaster. And come on, Riddler's Revenge, just paint it a different color. Rip out you can take out the name, make it a generic village, and then paint it a different color. But or keep the same color. Who cares? Same thing with Batman. You can just rip off the name. Again, Six Flags is so generic with their theming. Come on, Universal. Pony, you get at least $9 billion from Disney. Yeah, I'd be asking Six Flags, be like, hey, $9 billion. What's it gonna take for me to get those DC theme park rights from you? Because if you look at DC Universe, somehow regressed. DC after Wonder Woman opened at Magic Mountain, DC Universe went from pretty good, a pretty decent, one of the best lands in the park, to pretty bad. There's still construction walls over that canceled restaurant. Very bad. But anyway, follow the Patreon, Club722, patreon.com/Club722 for exclusive content and early access to awesome videos like Epic Universe construction updates. And as always, have a Six Flags day.